This is our Forex blog for July 16th, 2013. And one of the easiest ways of trading is using our currency indexes, which let you see at a glance what each individual currency is doing. For instance, the dollar. It's obviously in a downtrend. The yen is kind of chopping around going sideways, as is the euro, the pound. The CAD exploded up here. And it gives you a wealth of information. For one, you can see the previous day's low, previous day's high of the Swiss, and when you have a false breakout that comes back above its previous day's low, especially if the longer term trend is up, it's likely to reverse, and you can see it worked its way all the way up to the previous day's high and found resistance. And these work on any time frame you want. If you're a longer term trader, you can put an hourly chart on here. And it shows you the hourly trend. You can see it's gone up for about 3 days, kind of had a little bit of a pullback, and it's working its way up. It's at the highest high in the last 5 or 6 days. So that's a very, when you know the longer term trend and you see a currency pull back and have a false breakout, very high probability place to buy right here. And you could say, well, what currency is, likely to go down when this one's likely to go up? Well, 5 o'clock, the dollar's trending down. Here's the hourly moving average. Here's the previous day's low. Broke down underneath there. Barely got back above it twice. And you have a nice little kind of wedge pattern forming right here, where volatility gets lower and lower and lower and then breaks down. So at 5:30 is a very high probability dollar Swiss sell. So whatever time frame chart you use, whether it's a range chart, tick chart, or even a 5-minute chart like this, you can see at 5:30 it's a very high probability sell. And this one nicely had pulled back, and it just broke that trend line right here. 5:30, you get short. You probably, if you're going to scalp it, you're going to make 15, 20 pips here. You get short again here, and that one you made 10, 20, 30, 40 pips. You can also use our range charts, which allow you to see certain bar patterns, like a 2 to 5 bar reversal tends to be pretty high probability. So at 5:30, coming up to 5:30, you have the same breakdown. If you miss that first trade, you might have this little trade right here where you're risking 5 or 6 pips, and then it just absolutely went straight down. A lot of times after a currency's gone too far, it's likely to make a two-wave pullback, and these areas where they stall at are typically Fibonacci profit targets. Notice the 1.618 fib target was where it stalled. And so when you draw those fibs on there and you get a 2 to 5 bar reversal, this one went up 2, down 1, up 2 reversal, pretty high probability place to get short. And one of the easier ways of trading is to use the currency meter, and preferably find one that's just absolutely trending up. You can see earlier today the Australian went up, exploded up last night, and then kind of went sideways. When it breaks out of its high, first of all, it's in a very tight little range. When it breaks out of its high here at 4:30, that's a very high probability. The dollar was weak. It's underneath its hourly, near the previous day's low. At 4:30, the Australian dollar very likely to go up. We're going to leave the 5 pips per bar range chart up. And this is, I think, around 4:30 when the Australian took off. Here's 4:30. First of all, you can see it went up and it had a, pretty much a high. It had a false breakout here, then a pullback. Typically 3 to 5 bar pullbacks with one green bar. You go long at the close of that bar with your stop underneath here, and you can see you made, close to 40 pips on that pullback. And you can just kind of draw trend lines on range charts. Get in when they break the trend line, put your stop underneath the swing low, and get out here. That's a very easy way of trading. And last but not least, I'm working on very sophisticated trading systems that are automated. I actually trade these systems, and they're based on basically all of our best tools, plus some of them that I haven't even released yet, where we measure the swings. Uptrend is a series of higher highs and higher lows. I'm using about 15 different indicators to create these, and this is something I plan on releasing soon. It basically gives you very high probability places to buy and sell. As you can see, if you look at the accuracy of this, obviously some of my signals are pretty new. There's about 27 different signals in here. There's 20 today I worked on 24, 5, and 6. Some of them obviously are a little failures. The ones that are under 24 have been tested for multiple days, and some of them for weeks and months. But you can see, reversal here. This one worked, 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 this one failed, this one gave a little bit, this one worked, this one worked, this one gave a big short, this one worked, this one had a huge win. This was a little bit early, would have been an 8 pip loss, another 8 pip loss. This one worked, made 15 pips. And basically, you can see in a nutshell, and sometimes multiple signals happen on the same bar. Pattern 2, 3, 6, and 23 all happen on this bar. When I release this, it's just going to have buy and sell arrows on it. But I leave it like this so I can know which signals are giving bad trade calls, and this 26 is one of those. I'll have to work on that and fix that one. It's pretty easy to add a few extra rules that are more selective, and you can see just if you saw today that the euro was strong, which it was, especially later in the day when it was after 7 o'clock here, it was above its hourly moving average. It's above its 15-minute moving average in green. So after especially 6 and 8:30, you're looking for buys. So here's about 6 o'clock. You're looking to buy here. You made money, lost money, made money, made money, made money, and maybe made 5 pips there, 12 pips there, 15 pips. But you can see this is the way we're going as far as the company goes, and also very intelligent automated systems. They don't take every trade. Obviously, if it did, it would be buying here. Oops. If it took every trade, it would be buying here, selling, buying, selling, buying, selling, buying, selling, buying, selling, buying, selling, buying. It's absolutely impossible to catch every trade, but there are certain patterns using sometimes up to 25 of our different indicators and tools, that when multiple different patterns happen at the exact same time, it gives these buy and sell signals. And it also looks to see, one of the best ways of determining an uptrend is knowing where the previous swings are. And when a market breaks out and makes a higher swing high than the previous one, you basically want to be buying the dips. And that's why, we have, and look, this made a higher high here too. And so when it had a decent enough pullback, we get in there. And this one didn't make a higher high, so it didn't have the that buy here. This one here did, as you can see, it made a higher high for the day, so we're buying the pullback, buying the pullback. And that's one of the easiest ways of trading. For brand new traders that have no idea what they're doing, and we all know that double tops, double bottoms are very high probability. So anytime you see a double or a triple top, with less momentum, we measure what all the euro dollar pairs are doing and all the dollar pairs. Anytime you don't and can't get above the previous high, that fails, right at or within a pip or two of the previous high, it's very likely to reverse, as you can see. So this is one of the higher probability trading methods. You can see if you took this trade, you made money, made money, made money, made money, lost, lost, made money, lost, made money, made a lot of money, made money, made money, made money. And no system is going to be 100% accurate, but my goal is to be 70-80% accurate and find trades that are 1.5 to 3 times bigger when you win versus what you lose when you're wrong. For instance, some of these patterns I haven't optimized yet, like 19. 19 basically looks for a breakout over the previous high. It fails and it comes back down. Well, guess what? 19s are very, when they do work, they find 20 to 50 pip wins frequently. And sometimes they're a little bit early. So when you see the signal right here that breaks out and comes back down, you might want to just be watching for price to start to come down, get short a little bit later, and have a chance to make 8 or 9 pips on this. Same thing here. It went one bar up, and then it reversed for about 15 to 20 pips. And in fact, when you see 19s and the market comes back up there, you might actually try to get short here and make another 15 pips. So there's a lot of different patterns that are based on intelligent thinking. And one signal I didn't see on here is this one right here. It actually took that buy too, which is probably one of the bigger trades of the day. This pattern right here. You have an uptrend. I kind of measure the slope of the uptrend, and when you have an uptrend like this and it comes down past a certain area, and especially when it tries to go up, go sideways, false, breakdown right here, comes back up, huge move right here. So you add up all these pips, you'll find pretty high probability. I mean, there's some last night or yesterday, failure here. This one worked a little bit early. This one worked. Remember, 26 I just coded today. Those need to be optimized and fixed. This one here worked. This one worked. This one worked. This one worked. This one worked. And you're pretty much riding it up and down. Most of the trades are trend trades, and also most of the time you only want to trade from about 3 a.m. till about 11, maybe 12 or 1 at the latest, and you can avoid a lot of the choppy trades during the lower volatility times.